But besides all that, what have you been jamming since the last episode?
B, you know, I've been feeling like I've been lacking in what I've been jamming, and I'm a music guy. So, you know, this week, I said, you know what? I'm going to listen to some music. So, this thing I don't have in my library, but it was something I had to go on SoundCloud to find. It's just, we're going to talk about this later, but I checked it out. The Balloonerism, right?
Mac Miller?
Yeah, the Mac Miller joint. We're going to talk about it, but I want to check out some of those, you know, some of the little loosies and stuff he put on that project, whatever. But I remember hearing stuff about this like a few years ago, but I never went in and looked at it. You know what I'm saying? I remember some people in the Discord has the bootleg, and some in the Discord I'm in. And I
don't get the point of getting the bootleg version of a vinyl. Just wait.
Just wait, bro. Some people are just so impatient. And I'm like, bro, I'm
just like, when the original, if it doesn't, I'm just like, it wasn't meant to be then. Yeah. I don't need to have it on vinyl. Because it's not going to be the exact same quality.
Yeah, it's just hard for me to get a bootleg in my collection, bro. I don't have none.
I don't think I have any.
Yeah, I don't have any.
I got them on Murder ones, but I don't know if they bootlegs.
Who?
Omerta, the Omerta.
Omerta.
Before they shut down or something like that?
Oh, no, that was good. You talking about the
like
Nipsey Hussle joints? Yeah, no,
that
was good. No, I'm bad. They were straight. They just shut down. But yeah, it was some cool little stuff on there, man. Hopefully some of it makes the actual album. We're going to talk about it, but it was cool. Just, you could tell that it was between that Faces and Watch a Movie with the Sound Off Mac, and he had a real song. He was like mad vulnerable and like discussing like him being on cocaine, different pills and stuff like that. It just saddens me to listen to that stuff, man, and you know, knowing what happened. But overall, I thought it was cool. I just want to know what they're gonna put on there, like the finishing touches, how it's gonna sound, because of course a lot of that stuff was like it wasn't finished. You know, you could tell that it was like some thoughts, you know, that he was working on and things like that. But yeah, Mac Miller, Balloonerism. I know there's a lot of Mac fans out there that know about this project, and some of them love it.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard of it being talked about. I've heard of it before, but I never heard of it being talked about until this weekend.
Yeah,
I heard. Like, even when people talk about Mac Miller, no one ever brings that project.
Yeah, it's like, it's not like something like, oh man, like it's like one of his best projects. It's just that it's that album that has a lot of those little loosies on there. That, you know, the Mac Miller fans that really like it. Only how I found about it was like 2022, 2023. It wasn't long ago, like a year or two ago, and I swear when I actually saw that song
cover?
Before. Yeah, the cover. But no, it was a cover with it's like a red cover at first or something like that I saw.
I have to probably see it.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I thought it was pretty cool. It wasn't, you know, it's some unfinished project. I mean, unfinished work, you know what I'm saying? So what about you, B?
My first project, I guess I could start this off a little slow. Like my boy Ginuwine. 100% Ginuwine. His second or third album. I forgot. Listen to it. Produced by Timbaland. And god dang it, Timbaland on production.
It's cooking.
Amazing, as always. The album did run a bit too long. I understand for the time. So it was a bit like over an hour, like an hour and 4 minutes, hour 7 minutes. But man, Ginuwine was cooking on that album. Because, you know, I went on the usual Souls in Ranking or whatever, Souls in Stereo. I went to see their ranking of the Ginuwine albums. I'm like, okay, which one should I listen to? And I was planning to listen to his whole discography, but there was 2 other artists I listened to their whole discography instead. So I wanted to check out Ginuwine because I'm like, I never heard a Ginuwine album in full. I want to check out his debut, but I'm like, never really hear anybody talk about anything off his debut compared to his second album and the third album, The Life or Lifes or whatever, with differences on it. And so I checked out his second album, 100% Ginuwine. Timbaland on production, man. He just
killed it. Ginuwine from Virginia?
I have no idea. But I do miss Timbaland on R&B production. I kind of wish that he would come back in the game and, like, you know, help people with R&B instead of Swizz Beatz trying to help people with their rap career. Scarlett, to be exact. So, I don't know. Ginuwine, that boy was singing his butt off. Great songs on there. He even had a little throat off with Aaliyah.
Throat off? What they
I told you.
R. Kelly was in the room? Oh, my bad. That probably wasn't appropriate.
That's crazy.
He's from D.C., Maryland. Yeah, they DMV area. So,
okay.
That's the connection.
Overall, for me, that project, really good. I don't know if I call it a perfect project. I probably wouldn't because it ran on a bit too long. And there's obviously some songs I think I cut out completely where I'm just like, I liked it. But in terms of the album, it was running a bit too long. I'm like, I didn't really need that song. Yeah. So, yeah, overall, Ginuwine, 100% Ginuwine. I enjoyed this album. You know I've been in my R&B bag, so I'm gonna talk about that FLO, All Access. I'm gonna talk about that later. I'm gonna give that a little mini review. That's what that deserves. But B, go ahead with your next project.
All right, my next project should I stay on Mac Miller? Because I actually we'll talk about that later. So my next project, dang, what will it be? Oh, Cool G Rap.
I seen Kiko talking about him this weekend.
Reasons why I started back listening. I was like, yo, you know what?
I've never listened to Cool G rap in terms of like me actually going out of my way to listen to Cool G rap.
So Cool G rap is, he's the guy with like a lot of your favorite rapper. If it wasn't for this guy, he probably wouldn't rap like he raps. But I don't know. It just made me, the conversation Kiko and Odu was having made me want to listen to some Cool G rap, but I wanted to listen to his older stuff because I know his 90s stuff. I never got to listen to the Cool G and DJ Polo stuff because it's removed off streaming services. So your boy allegedly went and supported, it wasn't alleged. I went and supported him on his Bandcamp and I got the albums myself.
Oh, no, that's not alleged then. Thought you about to say something crazy, like a line type of legend.
Maybe. I'll just say I got him on Bandcamp.
Okay.
To MP3. Anyways, the project I jammed was 456, but this is his solo project. I think it's his debut solo project. And this project right here, I think it's like one of the Cool G rap is like the godfather of like the mafioso rap, like the stuff you hear like Ghostface, Raekwon and all them rap about, you know what I'm saying? All of them, yeah. It's like that era. So I listened to this. This is not my first time listening to this, but I listened to it when I was younger. Like, I'm me being younger, like 18, 19. This was when I'm actually doing my studies in the hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So me listen to it now with like adult ears, more mature. I'm like, yo, this is pretty good. I don't think this is like fit into like a classic category because it has classic songs on here like Fast Life with him and Nas. Like incredible flow, bro. Like Cool G just raps like with ease, bro. And Nas on here. He also sampled Nas, I think, on 456 as well.
Wait, when does that album come out?
95.
Oh, okay.
And Cool G rap, bro, it's like when you think it's so funny, like when he raps, like I ain't trying to make away his physical appearance, but I think he raps with a lisp, and it's just sometimes it's like I don't know if it kind of sound off to me sometimes.
Does it sound like Cordae and Mos Def?
Nah. Not as cringy as Cordae's at times, cause no lie, we gonna talk about Cordae's, but I don't know. It kind of like I just really noticing it, cause yes, I know who Cool G rap is. Yes, I know some, but I'm not like a fan. Like I don't know everything about him, and I think that's something like me listening to this just kind of stuck out to me. And overall though, like it's pretty good hip hop, classic hip hop stuff. I like the sounding, some of the production, some of the beats. To be honest, are kind of dusty. I ain't gonna lie, I'm like, yo, this is a dusty beat right here. I'm like, dang, B. This right here, dust some off the drums, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I recommend any of you guys out here that's not familiar with his game, check out Cool G rap. But I'm gonna deep dive this week into his projects with DJ Polo. I want to get into Road to Riches. I got Wanted Dead or Alive and Live and Let Die. Those 3 projects I want to check out from him, and I think. The Live and Let Die project is like, it's a longer project, but it's a concept album. He grabbed different MCs and brought up into the story. I think Scarface on here. Speaking of Scarface, I could tell Scarface sounds like Cool G, especially older Cool G stuff. I was like, dang, Scarface sounds like, but Scarface was rapping then, but because Cool G was back there doing the Juice Crew as well, like in the early 80s as well, with like, with Marley Marl and all of them. I don't know, bro. I just got to do more. I want to do more history on him because I actually want to understand like why Kiko said that about, because Rakim is like the guy, you know what I'm saying? That's like, oh, he changed the whole thing. Him and Big Daddy Kane, but Cool G rap is also the guy.
Maybe it's the mafioso rap, and Rock Marciano also does the mafioso rap.
Because they all babies to like like Rock Marciano and his babies to like MF Doom and Cool G rap.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but Rock is more doomed than so many people, bro. Like just like the internal rhyme schemes and. Just he's so doomed. It's just
I was re-listening to some of Elephant Man's Bones the other day. I was like, oh my God.
You know what Al used to check? Marsburg, bro.
Who?
Marsburg.
Okay, I never heard of it.
Yeah.
That's not one that I think I hear people bring
But yo, if you guys want to check out some mafioso, Cool G rap, 456 is dope. I'm going to give it some more listens. I don't have, it's a What We Jamming. I'm not going to give a full review. Just a little knowledge on Cool G rap right here. But yeah, B, what's your next joint?
Where is Marsburg at?
It's not on here?
Unless I don't know how to read.
Oh, Marsburg not on this. What's the mixtape? I'll just say listen to Reloaded.
Okay. Yeah. I've been seeing people. I see people.
Yeah, Reloaded. That's the. Yeah, I heard that my senior year. changed my life.
Next project I got, I guess kind of a mini review because I don't ever see us talking about this on the actual channel itself. Listen to A$AP Ferg's newest album, Daryl, and I fell victim to the hype that Jeremy Hecht was leading on with The Bigger Picture. He was hyping it up, saying this is his most introspective album. I'm like, I don't like the way you phrase it. Like, yes, you're kind of correct, but the way that you phrase it like that, you make it seem like this album is all of his introspective. To me, this is half of it's regular Ferg, but the other half you get, you know, a Ferg trying to be introspective. And I don't want to dog Ferg because to me, honestly, I hate to say it like this, Ferg is my favorite member out of the A$AP crew.
I like the cover.
I think I'm a bit half and half on it. But for me, because I like his other covers a lot more, that's why. But for me, like I said, A$AP Ferg is my favorite member of the A$AP crew. Obviously, A$AP Rocky is the more, you know, he's the better lyricist and he's the better artist overall to me.
Before you start, you want me to give you a little thing? A$AP to me is the Kendrick. Ferg gave me Schoolboy Q, always. Like just the how their careers, because remember he had us from Buzz as well, and he had hits.
Okay, I agree with you.
And that's
but I also agree with you with how they are musically as well.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you, career wise and musically. I completely agree with you, especially with him being on Work Remix. But going into this project, Daryl, first track, Light Work, it had too much happening in there for me for an intro track, and I'm like, okay, this is very chaotic. I don't know if that's supposed to be an indication of what this album is going to be. I'm like, are you trying to like be with these new kids? Because I see Didi Osama on here, and I'm like, a lot of these people on here, especially the features, they don't really do much for me on here to where I could really notice them. But then we get to the second track, Thought I Was Dead. It was cool. Thought I Was Dead was a good song. Then we get to Alive, where he's trying to get into his introspective bag of like, you know, how we got masses, but we are masters to the you know, he's trying to get into his introspective bag. But the way he raps, because it's like 2 songs in one, he does this one flow on the second part of the song. I'm just like, you don't sound comfortable while you're doing this, and it sounds like you tried to do this. I did not do that. I didn't like the way that he was breaking up his flow like that on the song, and I think that Ferg is a great like hype man in terms of like hype tracks. I don't know, like now that you make that, you know, that analogy, I really do feel that, and I feel like Ferg can do something like a Blue Lips. This one tries to get towards that. Now I think about it, it doesn't all get there all the way.
So is the consistent? It's not as consistent.
I feel well. We know that, you know, Blue Lips is inconsistent.
Yeah, but it's
consistent with
inconsistent. Right.
Because it's trying to be that. Because it's trying to be all crazy. To me, first half is like regular Ferg. You get the trap stuff. You get the banging. Because on the song Alive, we get him trying to be introspective, talking about, you know, him not wanting to be a slave to the game of rap, you know, like, oh, they profiting off of us, you know, like when my people die or whatever, you know, things that's happening in the streets. He does that. But then the next track is featuring Future and Mike Will Baby.
It's like, you gotta take me out.
I'm the trap lord. I got the coke. I'm like, what? I bring the coke to the trap.
You took me out of this place that you just put me in, and now I'm here into this world. It's
you put me into the banger where like New Level. This is like part 2 basically. Not as hype though, because New Level is on another godly level right there.
Man, I used to love that song.
That song is, but we get Allure. The song's good overall. Future does his thing as usual. Then we get the song Demons. And I was talking about this with him before the pod started. I don't know what it is with Denzel Curry and his features lately, especially on like Maxwell's album, which we'll talk about later. But I'm just like, man, I'm like, I don't.
Is it the production that he's?
The production is cool and it fits Denzel Curry, but sometimes I feel like people are coming into Denzel Curry's world instead of like.
It's like they get the production like, oh, Denzel will sound dope on this.
Yes.
Okay.
And he does sound dope, but I don't want to hear Denzel in certain spaces in this album, especially where y'all placed them. Now, obviously, this is a banger track that's coming right off of the song with Future, but it's so weird because it's like you got the song with Future, we know what Future brings, but then you got the next song with Denzel Curry, and I'm like, I don't like. First of all, I don't like the placement of the song. But then it's like, also, I'm like, I don't want to hear Denzel. Yeah. Like, I don't want to hear him on this because Denzel is one of those people, like, I got to be in the mood for Denzel. Like, or unless he's in album mode. Because right here, he's in rappy rap mode. I like Denzel in album mode more. Then we get, that's why I don't like it. The first time I heard it, I was like, okay, this is cool. Second time I heard it, I was like, yeah, I don't need that no more. Then we get Messy. Cool. Then we get French Tips, my favorite song, featuring Coco Jones, where she does a little brandy.
I think I saw you tweet about that.
I was like, oh my God, what are we doing right here? I enjoyed it. Ferg, this is a fire song right here where it has the chick as the the hook, and then it has him, doing the smooth man thing. I didn't think Ferg had that in him.
He did it with what's that one track with him and Brent Faiyaz?
Yeah,
that joint. That's kind of like that. Yeah.
But I don't know, like they had the girl and the
Oh
guy.
yeah,
Like,
but I
you know,
know it's
bringing
yeah,
back
yeah.
the old school vibes.
I know what you mean by that, but that song gave me that R&B vibes, and he got a little smooth on there as well.
Mm-hmm.
I was all right. I like that song. I forgot the name of it though.
I did too.
Yeah.
But then we got the next track, Dead Homies, where too much was happening. And I feel like this is like ASAP Ferg trying to be in his artsy bag. And I'm like, and this is where the whole album switches like tone, because this is the more serious side. We got a song with Casting Spell with Mary J. Blige. I thought it was cool. Mary ain't
Mary on
really
there?
doing much to win me over in this. I'm like, I get it. You got the Mary feature. Mary's a legend. Not gonna ever
course.
down that. It just didn't like pull me in like that, but it was a cool track. Then we got the song "Pool" with El Mien. I don't know what it is with El Mien. They didn't wow me on here, but I mean, I didn't really expect much from them. I thought the song was alright. Then we get the song "Chosen." I'm like, all right, I like this. Then we get the song "Daryl," which is the ending track, but also the title of the actual album, which is a turn up banger track. I thought the album was cool. To me, I'm half and half throughout the album, because I'm just like, I see the attempts made, and I see that you're trying to do something different. This one wasn't there for me all the way, and I know Ferg took like a huge break, like you. And he tries to get a bit more introspective, which I respect. You're doing something different.
Growth.
It's just, I don't know. It's like the way that it was balanced or it was sequenced, and some of the production choices, it just didn't really hit me like that. I think I had to give this album a few more listens. I only gave it 2 listens fully.
Yeah.
I think I got to let this one grow on me a little bit more to see how I really stand on
Pause.
it. Yeah, pause on that.
And how you stand on it?
Damn. But overall, I thought the project was cool, and I respect Ferg for going at this new attempt, because like I said, I think the only album I haven't heard from his is the last one, which is like Floor Seats or whatever. And it was like 20, 30 something minutes. But yeah, overall, I don't know. I'm in the middle of this one. I don't really have a full thought out, like not review, but score for this. Right now, I put it at a 3 out of 5. Because I'm like, okay, there's some stuff I like, there's some stuff I don't like. There might be stuff that I like that wins me over more consecutive listens. But yeah, Daryl. What's your next project, B?
My next project is from Cavalier and Child Actor.
So this is the second project this year?
It's the second project this year, and this is him collaborating with a wonderful producer, Child Actor. So when it comes to this, I want to say I do not know this title name. Is it? I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Signs, Cinemas? You know, like Cinna.
Looks like Sin.
Sin. See,
That's what I
you
would
could
say.
say. I want to say Sin, but also this also gonna be like Cinema. Like, is it Cinna? Like, I don't know. Somebody correct me if y'all know.
But I think it's because the E is at the end.
Yeah. But I want
Kind
to
of like
say
how
sign.
Chase.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking of Sign.
I said sign too, but I'm like, I don't want to be wrong. I don't know. Anyways,
Cine.
yeah, C-I-N-E. Anyways, this project right here, B. This is my bag.
Okay.
And like, I loved his other album. It's on my top 10. And I'm like, I don't know which one I like more. And this one's shorter, so I don't know. And I like both of them.
What made you like this one, B?
Bro, so with Child Actor, he give you this ambient, uncomfortable type of production at times. Like, you just, sometimes, like, his production makes you mostly focus on the artist and what they're saying, even though it makes this world, like, it always makes me feel like I'm in, like an indie film that's, like, scored or directed by, not even scored, but, Harmony Korine or something like that, like who made Kids and like Gumbo and all. It made me feel uncomfortable, production wise, and I love it. Child Actor is, bro, it sounds so dope. I don't know if this be your bag, B. I really won't recommend it, but like, I could not stop playing this when I first heard it because I forgot it came out. I was like, oh snap, Cavalier dropped as well. B, I'm in love, man.
This one of your favorite acts this year, B?
No, Cavalier's dope. Like, man, he's dope. And he put out another, the part 2 with him, and I haven't actually checked that out. I need to buy that. But man, this project right here, my favorite is Gifted and Talented. Just the flows on there. And Sword Live, Sword Lilies with Chris, with Quelle Chris. Even Moonlight Crush is dope. I like Elucid on the hook, because I like how Elucid's like, I love his deep voice on stuff and like how he make things feel like, bro, I don't want to glaze this, bro, but like, Cavalier, bro, what are you on this year, bro?
Something in the water, B?
There's something in the water, bro. This is dope right here. I really enjoyed this. I was like, yeah, it's Cavalier. Like, he put out dope stuff. But like, I don't know, man. I feel like his rapping was better on here. And I don't know, just because it's short, like I said, but like, rapping was better on here. The production, everything just felt perfectly on here. Like this, like even the cover art just kind of makes me, like how the album feels. I just love the production on here. How I feel like they made this world all fit and so cohesive and... this is my bag right here. I could not stop like playing this. I was like playing it and beating people up on fight night, bro. Like,
is he like lyrical spiritual miracle or what?
oh, he was on here like spitting, bro. Like mostly like his poetic spitting, like I said, like his spoken words. Yeah, not kind of like Cobb, but you can't come on.
I don't know anything about the young guy.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. Sorry.
But Cavalier.
That's how I hear people talk about Kyle.
But Cavalier is dope, bro. Like it just him spitting and then the freaking production. To me, it was a perfect marriage. I think this is their first. I think this is their first project, of course, together. But I'm trying to think, did he put some production on his album he put out this year on Different Type of Time? I gotta check that out. But wonderful project by you two guys, man. Keep doing it, man. Keep doing this, and hopefully Cavalier drops something next year as well. That's a part to the 2 projects he dropped this year. And I don't know, man. We need to have a conversation about Cavalier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I literally see no one ever talk about him.
Nah, they don't know.
I've only heard talks about him through you on the show.
Yeah, but yeah, Cavalier and child actor, Cine, CINE, Cinna. I don't know, you know what I mean? But yeah, I love that project.
All right.
What's your next project?
My next project, I only did one listen over this weekend because I had a lot of other projects, and this one randomly came up because this is actually from Ro Moore. Now, if you don't know who he is, which a lot of you guys might not know, he's one of the producers on D2X's projects from Hotel 1105.
Oh, yeah, you talked about it, yeah. It's just a instrumental project?
No, he's actually an R&B artist. So he's singing on here. Okay. And that's what threw me off because, I follow him on Twitter. Follow me back. Shout out to you. But what happened is, I keep seeing him, after D2X did his thing with his project, The Hunger Era, I see him, Ro Moore posting his album on Twitter, and I keep seeing him talking about it, and I'm thinking it's an instrumental project, too, because I only know him as a producer, and I really liked his production on D2X's project, so I was like, okay, I want to at least check him out, because he seems pretty cool, and so I'm thinking it's about to be an instrumental tape, but then I see featuring people. I'm like, okay, so some stuff's going to be instrumental.
And just some people going to be rapping?
Yeah, on some of these songs. But no, I went to the project and I heard him singing. I'm like,
what bag he in?
One of those moody, what's the best way I could say it? It's in the middle of that traditional and
Bryson Tiller-ish?
Close to that. I'll say that. That's the closest way I could put him. He's in the more moody bag to where it's I wouldn't say he's a strong vocalist, but there's also no song he has on this project where it demands him to be strong vocally. It's more about the vibe and the mood itself. And to me, he sets the vibe and mood because I heard this at night. Like I said, I only heard it one time. I did plan to do more listens to it, but all the other albums were pretty long that we listened to. And so I heard this project. Overall, for your first effort, because this is the only project that he has on his page, I enjoyed it, especially as an R&B project. It brought me back into those feels of the nostalgic feels I used to have back in college, back in 2015 and 2018 when I used to be on SoundCloud or I used to be on Spotify just searching for newer R&B artists or at least moody vibe-wise atmospheric artists. The closest person I could kind of relate him to is kind of like an Anders with his 669 project, which I know probably a lot of people wouldn't know, but that's the closest I could put him in there. Obviously, he doesn't sound vocally like him.
Yeah.
But overall, I like the production, which some of the stuff, I think he produced some of it, but I don't think he was the sole producer on any of it, which makes sense because what you was doing on D2X's project to this is completely different. Yeah. But overall, I like this. He said that this gives him fall vibes. The project is called Neon Brown, if I didn't say it before. Overall, I really liked it. I like the mood that he put in. There's room for growth, obviously, but I'm not going to judge it too hard. Pause. There's room for him to grow as an artist. But overall, I enjoyed this project right here, and I do want to do a few more listens to it to see how I really feel about it. Like I said, this is more of my first impressions and what I remember of it when I listened to it this weekend.
Okay.
But yeah, overall, Neon Brown by Ro Moore. Keep doing your thing, man.
All right, bro. All right, my next project is from Blvck Svm. I talked about it in the last episode, but he put out his album last Monday.
It's a culinary something?
Nah, Michelin
Man.
Yeah, Michelin Man. So this his own take of food in a way.
Oh,
but
Lord.
When I say that, guys, do not go into this project and think, oh, food. No, it has themes of skits about different foods and chefs talking and stuff like that. But it's more of the luxury, high dining chefs, Michelin chefs talking about food and stuff you're eating. And
every time I typed in Michelin, they kept bringing up the Michelin Man, the Marshmallow Man.
Yeah. So what he's talking about is he's talking about his rapping skills pretty much, and when it comes to Blvck Svm, I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with him, but he's really laid back. He falls into the currency
Larry June.
When it comes to production wise, kinda. But when he raps more. He's really like a whisper. He's like, that's his thing. Like he have features on here. He had a feature with Currency on here. Like Blvck Svm is so low on here, and then Currency coming. Like Currency is like felt like he's more life on the project. Like I swear, bro, I have to probably play it for you before I leave. Like you'll hear him rapping, and then Currency coming there with like livens up the track. Like Blvck Svm, he's cool, but the one thing about him, I know that's his style. That's what keeps him stand out is just his laid backness and the whispering flow he has. But to me, sometimes it could be a gift and a curse, because at that point it could get really boring, like really boring. You know what I mean? And I'll be like, and like sometimes lyrically you're not holding me there, and sometimes I can't understand what you're saying. And some people won't.
Is it because it's not mixed well?
Nah. No, all that is fine. It's just how he raps.
So he like mumbles kind of a bit?
Pretty much. It's like a whisper how he raps. Like it's laid back how it is on the production, but it's just sometimes it kind of could put you to sleep. And it could be like, man, I really want to like this, but I'm like, I don't really understand what you're saying. It sounds good, like how it flows on the record and on the how production, how it meshes well, but I just can't understand it. But I know you doing your thing. You got your fan base, you know. You out here, you got a following, you know what I mean?
Is this what he usually does?
Yeah,
how he raps?
Yeah, that's usually how he does it. And this is this album right here is I think it's a few minutes longer than the last project I listened to him, because this is the second project I ever heard from him. I remember him making Buzz in like 2020, but like I never actually like deep dive into all his stuff. But I listened to his project. What's the name of it, bro? I know it has water on the cover. Like I just can't think of the name of it. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. I just want to make sure before I'm sorry. I just let me see. Jet Sound, and it was produced by Polykid, and it's short. You know, it was 7 track, 18 minutes. Like to be honest, I enjoyed this more probably because it was shorter. But 38 minutes of that. Production
as well.
Production's pretty much the same. It's not pretty much just real laid back production, bro. It just him rapping like that for 38 minutes to me was. I think he's good in like doses. Like he should keep the 7 to 6 EP little albums he put out, but that 18 tracks, bro, it just like damn.
How long was it? Like
38 minutes. 38 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But rapping like that, bro, it can feel much longer.
It can feel, yeah.
It felt so long. And
Pause.
I'm like,
I let you go a few of them. I let you go for a few of them.
Hey, but no, bro, it just bro. But I don't know, man. Some of you guys, y'all haven't heard of Blvck Svm. I say check him out. I think he's worth checking out just because he's not something that production-wise is nothing different, but how he raps is this whisper rapping is kind of unique in a way, but it could run its course and be kind of like redundant in a way. It's like you're kind of like, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. I wanted to like this project, but it was just too long for like what he gives you. Like I didn't need a full course meal. I needed a appetizer. Give me, you know,
a little
7.
EP.
Yeah, but yeah, he had a
little Daytona.
Yeah, I don't know. It's too long with me for how he raps. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Blvck Svm's Michelin Man. Y'all can check it out if y'all want. If y'all don't have to, but if you want, you good.
Next project I got, and I don't got too many thoughts on this one because I listened to this on a whim because one of my mutuals on Twitter, I saw her post about it, and I'm like, she's always putting me onto some R&B that I don't know about, so I had to check it out. Deaux, I think that's how you say it. Deaux, because you know it's Deaux.
That's Smino X thing.
Oh, is it? Man, I like her project more than any of Smino's projects.
She's on Blvck Svm, I believe.
That production did not do her justice then. Deaux, Most Wanted, listen to it, R&B joint. You guys know I'm an R&B fan over here.
Is that new or what?
Nah, it came out 2021. I thought it was new because I was like, okay, I'm going to put this in the rotation a lot this weekend. But, you know, we had so many other albums to actually talk about. I listened to it. I thought it was cool. 8 songs, 25 minutes. Definitely doesn't overstay its welcome. I thought it was a cool little vibey album that I got R&B wise. Vocally, I don't really remember too much from this. I hate to say it like this. There's a few songs on here that stand out to me. Like, the little run that she had from, like, I mean, honestly, I really liked all the tracks now that I'm looking at it. But from, like, Monsieur, XXX, Nothing to Do with Me, Chop and Screw, I was like, okay, I'm like, oh, you're in your bag right here. I'm like, what are you doing, Deaux? I got to listen to more. This project made me want to listen to more of her projects right here. Now, like I said, I don't really remember how she stood out vocally because I listened to it only once this weekend compared to a whole bunch of other stuff that I listened to this weekend as well. But overall, I like the project. It came out in 2021. I thought it was a newer project.
Did she have any new stuff? Because I haven't heard from her. In a while.
She came out with an album. She came out with an album April 12th this year. Okay. And she has a song out that came out like a month ago, just September 25th, One Glass. Okay. But yeah, this is my first time like hearing about her. I don't really remember her on the Smino stuff.
No, she wasn't on there. Okay. But she's connected with Smino. I remember. I think they used to date. But I don't know why I thought she was on that album. But yeah, she's from Chicago.
Yeah, which I'm just like, okay, Tank, even though Tank don't got no competition right now. Tank, you better watch out because this girl might creep up on your style. Yeah, she's been not your style, but she might creep up on the queen of R&B in Chicago. I don't know. I got to listen to more of her projects to really get that verdict.
Yeah, she's been out for a minute, man. I think I got more familiar with her, like with her collaborations with, like, you know, like the typical, you know, Saba, Smino, No Name, all of them around like 2018, 2017, all that. Mostly 2017. But yeah, I think I got one more project that I get into, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. Oh, the classic Clips, Lord Willing. I could talk about that. And I was just having this conversation with my breath before the pod was like just that intro to like Lord Willing is just insane to me. That beat's crazy. But yeah, this is a project I usually go to, like used to be like once or twice a year. It's just been a minute. I don't think I heard it since like 2021, 2020 been a minute since I revisited. And just playing the song, I'm telling you, every time I play that intro, bro, I feel like I'm listening to this album for the first time again. For some reason, it gives me that feeling. And just the rapping on here, bro, the production on here, the subject matter is so crazy on these like colorful beats, you know what I'm saying?
Pharrell did his thing.
He just did his thing, bro. And I just was thinking like...
Well, Neptunes. But.
Yeah. I was just thinking about how like, I'm not gonna do my history, but I know Neptune's been making production. I mean, been doing like, you know, production stuff, but like, is this album, as they stand out, is this what put them on the map? Like, I don't know. Cause I'm, you know.
Did you watch, you didn't watch the?
No, I bought it, but I haven't watched it yet. Oh. Like, is this the album that put them on?
They actually barely they didn't even talk about this album in the movie.
For real?
I think it was, I forgot the other stuff. Super Thug.
Yeah, I remember Super Thug with Nori. Yeah.
I think they had a song.
That was in the 90s. That's 98, I think. 99, 98.
Yeah. Okay, Super Thug, you know, he did the song with Jayce, Snoop Dogg. Yeah. You know, all them people. And then this came up. Like, this came up later on in the movie. Yeah. Which I'm just like, when are we going to talk about Clips? When are we going to talk about those white bricks?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, you know, he brought up the song Grinding in the movie. And I'm just like, that's it? I'm like, we're not going to talk about the whole album that you made with them? I'm like, this is crazy right now. Yeah, but, like, I mean, it's still...
You know what I'm saying? I knew he had those things, but I'm like, this is like a... Did they produce, like, most of this whole album?
I think I thought they produced the whole album. That's Pharrell literally had his hands on everything. I think Neptunes and Pharrell, you know, the naming conventions and all that.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like, was this the project that made him who he is now? Because yes, you have those tracks, Super Thug, the joints with Jay-Z, Snoop or whatever, but like Grinding was like huge, you know.
Well, no, so what it was is I think what it was is in the movie, the way that they played it out was that Super Thug made him more, like, it skyrocketed him because they didn't think that Nori was gonna take it. Yeah. And then because Nori took it, everybody else wanted to be from Pharrell. Yeah. So then we get a Snoop Dogg song with Drop It Like It's Hot. You know, and then Pharrell, he had to convince Pusha because I guess, you know, he was in the streets at the time. He was like, yo, if you don't come here right now, I'm gonna give this song to Jay-Z. Yeah. He's like, this is the best beat I've ever heard. He said I ran to the crib. And so boom. So I think he had other songs because what year did this come out in?
2002. And like Drop It Like It's Hot was like later on.
That's weird because in the movie they put Drop It Like It's Hot before this.
Didn't Drop It Like come in like 04?
It was in the movie because Snoop Dogg was early on in the movie. The way that they did the documentary, I thought it was like in chronological order. But the way that they did this, because I'm waiting, I'm like, where is Pharrell at? Because I'm like, I know the Clips was early 2000s.
Yeah, 04, yeah.
But remember, that's the album. Remember, you know, back then singles
yeah, I know, but like that had to be 03.
Probably.
But look, Clips, Lord Willing came out 02.
Well, the way that they played it up in the movie.
Oh, no, that's why I'm saying, like, I knew that. At that point, when Drop It Like It's Hot came out, I knew who Pharrell was. You know, they used to call me Skateboard T, you know what I'm saying? So, what? I'm just saying, I'm being honest, man. You know, in my mind, come on, man, I love all that. But like, I was like, I thought this album is this the album to me, I thought that made him be, okay, yes, Super Thug, boom, put him out there. But this album's like, yo.
It made him acceptable in rap. That's
yeah, but I think it's that full project they worked on. It's a classic album, and it has this classic new sound, you know what I'm saying, that's in hip-hop. you have a whole project with it instead of like these singles here. That's what I was thinking. I don't know. That was just a thought
I mean, to
had.
me, I think it cemented like, oh, he could do a whole album. Because at this point, remember, Neptune's never really had an album. Don't they have
Yeah, they
like,
had
what,
that one
album?
that split with like Frampton on there and all that.
Yeah.
Clones?
But,
Yeah, Clones.
Yeah, but that came out so later on in their career.
That was that came out actually in 03. Yeah.
The way that they played it up in the movie. The way the movie sequences everything, because I'm just like, because I was watching the movie, I'm like, because I was wondering, I'm like, when does this happen?
Because I know he got linked up with like, did he talk about, not Babyface, but
he talked about
Teddy Riley?
Yeah.
Yeah, Teddy Riley.
Because he worked at the studio.
I know he worked with Teddy Riley, so I knew about the stuff he did in the 90s.
Yeah, and that his writing credits that he helped write for people and stuff like that.
So it looked like in 2000 he had some stuff. But from like,
But I think Nori's the one that really broke him through to the rap
everybody.
world.
Yeah,
That's what he said. Like
I remember them Nori like talking about it and stuff on past like
Drink
interviews
Champs?
he had. Nah, I don't watch Drink Champs. I can't. I watched 2 episodes of Drink Champs, and those are the Kanye West ones. Drink Champs, Nori, I love you, bro. I like your interviews, but I could not watch you interview somebody and be like, let's clap it up to that. let's take a drink. Let's take a drink to that. I just get sick of it. I'm like, somebody be telling a dope story,
and he just wait. So you telling me this is so?
And I'm like, bro. And then they don't get back to it. I be like, Nori, shut up. Like, oh my god.
So what does that mean right there that you just said?
Yeah.
He be saying that.
And he be just looking like
he is a character.
Oh, like nah, man. Nori's wild though. But yeah, that's I don't know. We got on a side tangent, but yeah, Laura Willing, freaking by the clips. If none of you kids haven't heard that, and you some kids that's listening to this, bro, check that out, bro.
Is that an album that more people need to talk about?
Let's have the conversation.
We need to have a conversation.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Okay. Next project I have. Young Nudy and Pierre Bourne Sli'merre 2. I wish this the second goddamn week be.
Yeah.
Where it was a fire album, fire trap album, or ATL Boys, or as you want to call Side Baby, a Chicago boy. I'm calling ATL Boy. Second week in a row where you didn't check out the full album. God dang it, the full album is fire.
Bro, the first 8 tracks I got to, bro, was fire, bro.
Yeah, this Sli'merre 2, if you guys don't know, Young Nudy and Pierre, they got a little working relationship together. They already got a Sli'merre 1, obviously, from the naming convention.
Dope.
Pretty dope. Not gonna lie, I heard Sli'merre 2. I instantly loved this way more than
This
Sli'merre
one
1.
seemed, the production seems a little darker.
Yeah.
And we was talking about that. We was like, I wonder if he's going to get more darker with this one. And then you can see the clouds. It's like,
and it's looks like it's done.
Yeah. So I was like, okay.
I like this because at first, I'm not saying I didn't like Sli'merre 1. When I first heard Sli'merre 1, I was like, it's a bit cloudy. It's a bit like day, not bubbly. But
no, it was something you played in the daytime.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. This album, I'm like, oh, this feels darker. I like Nudy on this like a lot, man. And I'm someone who's a fan of Nudy. You put me on the Nudy, so shout out to you. But man, coming into this project right here, 16 songs, 47 minutes. To me, this is Gucci Man Jr. right here. Him and Pooh Shiesty, they carrying the torch of Gucci Man like from them trap days. But to me, this is a lot more quality. Man. To me, I'm like, and I like the way that when Pierre does his albums, the sequencing, the way that he transitions one song to another, the way that he has Young Nudy sometimes just like talking, and then it goes to the song. I'm just like, oh my God. And I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm a Young Nudy fan, but I can tell you guys right now, if you don't like Young Nudy, this is not going to be a project that wins you over to Young Nudy. If you didn't like him from before, you're not going to like him now. If you like Pierre Bourne beats and you just like that, but you're not won over by Nudy, I still wouldn't suggest a project like this. But if you like Pierre, and if you like Nudy, you're going to love this project right here. To me, this was fantastic. Some songs don't overstay their welcome. Some songs I'm like, all right, you was really in your bag. To me, at times, especially with Pierre, I like the way when he gets with artists because he makes the project sound like a playlist where they sometimes blend into each other, where some songs are shorter than the others and they kind of feel more like interludes to other songs. I'm just like, oh man, I love the way this album plays out because for me, it's like as you would say, a jam session. But it's like a playlist. I'm just vibing right now. I'm chilling. And each song, I'm not going to say every song that you hear on here is going to be the most memorable Nudy song. I'm not going to say that. There's obviously some standouts on here. But the way that the album flows, how consistent it is, the way Nudy sometimes comes in, maybe a verse, maybe 2 hooks, and then he just goes to the next song. I'm like, see, I'm chilling with this. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is something I just put on in the background. I let it play. Nudy's just doing his thing. Nudy is always going to be in his bag. As long as the beats is jamming, he gonna be right on it. So Sli'merre 2 for me, I fully enjoyed it. Nudy, you did your thing on this one. I've been a fan ever since you showed me him. Listened to his whole catalog last year to catch up back up with stuff I
Yes,
missed.
sir.
Coming back into this, I'm like, I'm getting right back into it. Like, yes, sir. But go ahead with your next project, B.
I think that was my last one, B.
That was your last one?
That's
All
all
right.
you, I have some I listen to, but it ain't nothing.
I feel that. Okay, well then, if I'm going into my next project, the next person I actually listened to was someone called Honey Baby. Now, she recently posted one of her on the radar performances. You know, she put
rapping?
it on Twitter. No, she was singing. And she recently posted it, and she was like, "Oh, why does this girl seem so hurt?"
Oh, that one people's like, who hurt her? I
Yeah,
never.
that
bro, I
was
don't-
her.
Yeah.
She actually posted that, so she's smart.
Oh, she did the reverse. Yeah.
No, she did that post. Oh, who hurt her? Like it's not her.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She posted her clip on clip.
It's a one band that did that before. It's like they was like it's a black band, but they was just like, man, what make these black people make music like this? And it was dope. And they were like, yo, this is fire. And it was the whole time it was the band. That's it. Yeah.
Well, she does the same thing, and the song that she performs on there is called Left Eye, and she's just so toxic, B.
Is she talking about how Left Eye burnt the clothes of old dudes?
She was talking about how she was going to burn the guy's house. No, she's speaking like she's Left Eye. She's going to, well, she's as crazy as Left Eye, and how she's going to do these things, and how she's toxic, basically. She kind of embraces her toxicity.
Did she kill Bill Toxic? Like, you know?
To me,
like
she
SZA?
gave me vibes of like SZA and an LMA put together in terms of like SZA's subject matter of a Kill Bill. Because I was telling my girl that when I was listening to it, I'm like, this sounds like SZA's Kill Bill almost.
Yeah.
Like you're pretty toxic. And so that led me to actually go listen to two of her projects. One was a compilation that, you know, I was looking for a project, but I guess Spotify misplaced one of her projects as an EP instead of an album, so it was in the singles category. So I listened to one of her compilation projects, Toxic Anthems. She has 4 songs on there, Bonnie and Clyde with Fabio Foreign.
Is she from New York?
I don't know. I think she's from up north, though. She has Touchin', which I thought was cool. Effing Him Too, very toxic song. Trouble, good song as well. But then I was like, okay, she has an actual...
Honey Baby?
Honey Baby. Honey, then Bxby. So no A in the baby. And so she actually has a project called 3 Words, 8 Letters. I listened to the deluxe version because the deluxe is just 12 songs, 37 minutes. Overall, I enjoyed what I heard of it. Now, she does have room to grow, and to me, she makes really good songs. I'm just trying to see where her trajectory would be in R&B because, like I said, to me, she's like a fusion between a LMA and a SZA. LMA vocally, kind of SZA vocally to a degree as well because, you know, SZA kind of sounds weird.
Yeah, she's not the best singer.
Yeah. But I think that this girl, she kind of reminds me of SZA vocally, but she has a lighter voice kind of like an LMA. And, you know, she's just one of those girls. I would say she's a lover girl, but she's, you know, she takes up that side chick mantle sometimes where she's like, oh, yeah, that's your man, but, you know, I'm smashing it too.
Was she the female Brent Faiyaz?
Yeah, if you want to say opposite-wise, because this production definitely is not Brent Faiyaz. So this would be the opposite of what Brent Faiyaz does.
Her production is more lines of what? She's from Jersey.
It's more, do I want to say hip-hop influence?
Like Drake inspired when it comes to his R&B stuff or what?
Drake is a bit more moody. So no, like this sounds like
like Summer Walker type of bag R&B she did?
Kind of. Okay. That's the closest I could put. Summer Walker, LMA.
Yeah.
It's not as polished or it doesn't have that money like that behind it. But it's more so like bright and colorful kind of like that R&B rather than a moody, atmospheric, dark R&B like a Brent Faiyaz or a Party Next Door. Okay. But, you know, she's being toxic. She talks about sex. And she's very vulgar with it as well.
She got a big
head. But, you know, she had her performance on the radar, and that's what helped me find her on Twitter because her post was going viral. And I enjoyed it. So, yeah. 3 Words, 8 Letters, the deluxe by Honey Baby. I plan to go through and listen to some more of your singles. I didn't like the fact that you added the same song 3 times, and 2 of them was just 2 different remixes with 2 different people with Busta Rhymes and Kaylee. I didn't like that, so I didn't even try and listen to the rest of that part. But, yeah. 3 Words, 8 Letters. By Honey Baby. Baby, take the A out, put an X right there. I'm trying to see if I have any more projects. I mean, I know I have projects. Oh.
What?
I've been hyping this up. But I don't know how long. I talked to FLO last week. I was like, yo, I know that album dropping. Is it that heat? Yeah. They told me be all 3 of them on the phone because when I called them, all 3 of them answered.
So it was what you call it when we used to do back in the day? We used to combine the calls.
Oh, 3-way
like 3 ways, 4 ways.
No. But they all have one phone, and I got them under there as FLO. So I called them, and I was like, "Yo, like, is that album heat? Like, because I can't come to the podcast and I'm talking about y'all album, and it's not heat. You
Right,
know what I'm saying?
right.
I've been hyping y'all up. I've been, this album better be heat. They told me, yeah, Jayce is gonna be heat. Trust me, we got you. God dang it, they got me, B.
It was heat, B.
Oh, B, this is heat. Now I will say this, and I hate to say this, we got to bring this conversation back up. This is pop.
Yeah.
Pop R&B though. This album is definitely pop R&B.
That
if you
old
guys don't
Destiny
know,
Child feel, right?
yes, but Destiny Child had a lot more R&B cuts on the B sides.
Okay.
This is completely like pop R&B. They have a few R&B cuts, but most of this is pop R&B. And so I went to this album. I heard some of their singles. I heard some of their EPs, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm with the flow. Please bring me the album. I got the album. The intro comes in, sets the tone. You know, they obviously take inspiration from people like Destiny Child, TLC, TLC, Destiny Child. What's the other one to make? SWV.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
they take some inspiration from those trios right there. Bring it to
3LW.
here. What?
3LW, Cheetah Girls.
Yes. Because I see someone post on there, I think it was 4 from Potty Mouth, Disney Channel music.
Yeah.
And I'm like, chill. I'm like, calm down. But, you know, I listen to the album, set the tone. And each song be song after song after song. I'm like, this is
flows.
it. That's it. Oh, B. I enjoyed this album. And you know me, I'm not a big pop guy like that. And when I was listening to this album, I'm like, this isn't like a traditional R&B album. I'm like, I don't know what to call this R&B because at first I told my girl to listen to it. No, because she asked me, I was listening to it. I was like, that new flow. You know I'm on that flow. She's like, I'm listening to it too. She was like, it sounds too kiddie. And I'm like, I'm like, I see what you say sound wise. I'm like, but I don't know what R&B to label this as. Then the more I listen to it, I'm like, this is pop.
Yeah.
This is pop R&B. But it wasn't clicking to me the term because we don't really have many pop R&B people. Like we have songs in R&B that become pop.
But it give you that
but this is like, this is intended to be pop R&B.
it give you that pop R&B vibe, like, you know, the boy is mine.
Yeah, but I think that to me, it has more R&B. That has more R&B elements to it to make it like, okay, you know this is R&B. Like you like, but this it has the pop elements of like it's easily accessible, and that's the one thing I love about this album is that it is easily accessible. I mean, access all areas. I'm accessing them all on this track list right here. 16 songs, 47 minutes. God dang it, flow. Some of the transitions that you have from one song to another, and like I said, there are some songs in here where I can tell that this album is not going to be for everybody. This is definitely a pop R&B album. And if you don't like pop, girly, like very bright, bubble gum, cotton candy like pop R&B, you're not going to like this album.
You might as well listen to some K-pop, B.
B, please respect me on this platform. But yeah, we got the song Check, one of my favorites. We got On and On, which is a B-side, and I'm like, oh my gosh, from Check to On and On. Trustworthy, the interlude, which is an R&B cut, which I'm like, all right, you're doing your thing on here. Glorilla had a good verse on here, even though some people's like, oh, that should have been JT. Shut up, y'all don't know music. That keeps reminding me, B, people on Twitter, women mostly, do not be knowing good music.
They got Cynthia Erivo talking on here.
Yeah, she narrates the first track.
Yuckus.
But overall, the only track that I was like, on was the last track, I'm Just a Girl. But it won me over at the end because I'm like, all right, I see what y'all trying to do. Because I've heard similar stuff like this done on the Destiny Child project. And I'm like, I can live with this. Overall, for me, flow,
Add it into the library, B. I'm a P.
B. If you don't like pop R&B, I'm telling you, this is very bubblegum cotton candy right here.
Bro, I listen to all type of stuff, B.
B. I'm going to be real with you. That Chappelle Rohan, if that's pop, I like this pop.
Yeah.
I like this. These girls is doing their things. Vocally, they are there. I enjoyed this project all the way. The only thing I'll say is that none of them stand out from each other.
Yeah.
But they are in sync. And the one thing I love about this project is that you could tell that there is money behind this. Whoever made this project, they believe in these 3 girls.
Okay.
They're from the UK, and I hate to be the Zionist on here, but god dang America, where are we slipping at, man? Because they coming out with great projects like this. Like I said, whoever made this project, helped produce it, they put some money behind it, they believe in this because this sounds loud.
Hey, we did that, done that. That's why it's not as big.
Yeah, but we need to keep doing it
we
because
did that, done that,
look at
man.
the people that's
We
trying to
did
do it
that,
that's
done
not
that, man.
successful.
Look at
the
Summer
people that's
Walker.
trying to do
They can't rock with her. She
B,
killing it.
We've talked about this before. There's a big gap between a lot of these R&B artists.
What's her gap? What they got? What they got? What they got?
No. We need to get this gap up. That's what I'm saying. We need to bring more variety into the day, to
yeah,
R&B space because a lot of people say that a lot of R&B is the same. You know?
I'm pro-America.
You know I am.
Get them out of here.
No. Bring them in here. Bring them in here. I like this. Flo, you did your goddamn thing on this album. I've been hyping it up. I've been replaying it. God dang it, I enjoy this. B.
They ain't gonna put out another album, B. They gonna break up.
Don't say that.
Somebody gonna be like, yo, the light skinned one, I think she's the star.
But see, that's the thing, B. They got all shades on the team.
They
B.
got 2 shades. They got light skin, dark skin.
No, they don't. They got the light skin, brown skin, dark
Boy, they
skin.
both
That's the lighting. That's the lighting.
Nah,
that's
bro,
the
they
lighting.
both
Look.
dark, bro. They both dark skinned.
No, they not. No, she's darker. No, trust me. I seen the CD cover. One is darker.
They gonna
than
break
the other.
her off, and she gonna have her own solo joint.
So you think she gonna be the Beyonce of the group?
That's what they gonna do. They do that to the fair skin folk.
Man, whatever. Access all areas by FLO. Y'all did a phenomenal, amazing job. I can't find nothing wrong with it. If you like this type of R&B, to me this was great. You could tell there was people behind this. They put their money behind this.
All right.
But now, I got 2 discography deep dives. First one I'm gonna talk about is my boy Amir Obe. It's been a long time since I've heard anything from him or talked about him. You probably saw him. You saw me listening to him this week. Well, last week.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, like what happened to Amir, man? Because I went to his project after the Deluxe because I heard after last year. And I never heard of Deluxe. I'm like, oh, is that in tracks? Mm-hmm. No, it's actually it's basically kind of like a different version of his actual album after. And it was different versions. There's different tracks on there, things like that. I thought it was going to be like a literal Deluxe where it's adding tracks to the previous version. But no, it was actually something different. But Amir Obe is someone who I found out about during college, during high school.
You showed me Amir Obe, right?
Mm-hmm, during my tail end of high school. And he's this one guy where it's like, if you like a Party Next Door, you'll enjoy Amir Obe. Specifically Party Next Door 2 to 3 vibes, you'll enjoy an Amir Obe. And he's one of those figures in hip-hop where he's worked with a Drake on Star 67 on If You're Reading This Is Too Late. And, you know, he's trying to do his own thing. He tried to have his own little lane of, like, you know, being very melodic, being very atmospheric, being very chill. To me, this is... Him and Nav are kind of, like, similar in certain instances where it's like, dang, like, I had my 2 guys, and I don't know what happened to them. But I listened to Happening in the Gray Area. I love that project. I listened to this project day in, day out during college. This was my number 1 project probably at the time, besides the Nipsey Hussle project. We have None of the Clock's Work, which is like a short EP. It's about 7 songs, 22 minutes. I didn't really like this one like that when it first came out. There were some songs I liked on here, like Wish You Well, Bad Timing Interlude, and Cigarettes. Like that little run from right there, I'm like, oh, this is it right here. I'm like, you need to develop on that sound a little more. All the other songs is cool, but those are the 3 standout tracks right there. Yeah. He even had a placement on some Madden game, I think. Then, you know, he took a big gap, a 6-year gap between None of the Clock's Work and After. From 2017 to 2023, he dropped After. I listened to it last year, and I was like, oh. And last year, I kind of slept on it. And so I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. Yeah. Never returned back to it, though. But then I remembered he had a deluxe version of After. And I listened to it last week, and I'm like, I'm like, I like this, but it's not punching for me yet. So I went back to After, the regular edition, and I'm like, oh, this is his best project right here. Mm-hmm. What was I tripping on? I'm like, I don't know what I was on. And Amir, to me, he perfected the sound that he was going for on After. I'm not saying it's a perfect sound, but the sound that he was going for on stuff like Happening in the Gray Area plus None of the Clock's Work, if you like those sounds, he perfects it perfectly on his project After. The project itself is 13 songs, 38 minutes. Amir does his thing. I mean, and you know, I went through his whole discography, so I even went through the EPs for like Won't Find Love in the Hills, Can't Be a blank _ here, chapter 1, 2, and 3. Not gonna lie, them 3 EPs Can't Be a blank here. Some MIDI. But I can tell that he was trying to play with the sound.
Before I Vomit was my stuff, boy.
B.
Before the Vomit?
No, this EP, Won't Find Love in the Hills.
Yeah, that was fire.
No, peak. He went 3 for 3 on this. Yeah, I don't know how he did this, B. Tell me all your flaws, baby, you're late. Yeah, no, hard. Heat. I don't know, man. It's just one of those days where I'm like, dang, Amir, what happened? That song he had, No Peace, that came out in 2016?
No Peace was fire.
I just like, dang, what happened? Like, it's like you lost all the steam and momentum you had behind you. I just want to know, like, are you working on something behind the scenes with other, like, artists? And if so, what artists are you working on to help develop their sound?
Yeah, maybe he's more
of a background
scenes guy.
Which would make sense, but I just want to know, like, who are you working
maybe he
with?
just he was breaking, just chilling. I don't know.
That too?
I don't hear nobody talk about this guy.
I've never heard anyone talk about this guy. He had one viral song on not TikTok, Vine.
Yeah. And
that's how I found this project that's not even on streaming. So, yeah, Amir Obe is someone who I was like, dang, what really happened to him? And so, I just wanted to check him out. I wanted to reminisce me.
Put some shine on him on the pod.
Yeah. Plus, he had a little on the radar freestyle too. And that's what made me go back to him because he had not a freestyle, a performance because he has a new track out called Crash. Yeah. And he recently, performed it on OTR, and I'm like, oh, my boy's back. So I went through the discography, and I'm like, dang, I miss Amir Obe, man. I miss him. And last discography deep dive I have be that boy Dave Blunt's.
Pedophile.
This boy Dave Blunt. So I've heard of him obviously before the whole viral clip that went viral because I've seen him on TikTok and I've seen some of his. I've heard some of his memes on Twitter like months ago before they was even going like viral like this one was. And so you brought him up on the pod last time.
I was late to him. I never heard of him.
Yeah, I have, but I never really paid him attention because I was like, I don't take him seriously. Yeah. And so I went to his thing because he has a super viral song that's going off right now. And I'm like, all right.
Is it Crying in the Kitchen or something like that?
Yeah. It's off the project I Would Like to See You Try. And so I went to the project. First of all, horrible album cover, but hey, we do
bro
what we
got
do.
The piece of broccoli, bro.
He's struggling, but he got the double cup in the corner. And so, he also had the viral clip recently of him being super overweight, performing while sitting down in that chair.
That was sad as hell.
It's not sad because you're choosing to do that.
No, he could have thyroid issues.
He could.
Yeah.
He could. But B,
just as sad.
What he talks about on here, it makes me think that he's doing this to himself.
Man, I hope.
Because all he talks about, B, is lean, double cupping, codeine, popping pills, spinning the block, having some wines to do his job for him.
Did you listen to all this stuff?
I listened to all of it, B.
Bro, what the hell? It's 24 tracks, B.
B, I will be real with you. The first 1, 2, 3, 4. The first 4 albums, literally you could just listen to Well Dude, Here's My Thing. You would get everything in that project from there. Because I went through each of these projects, but you got to listen to, look how long these projects are. They're like less than 10 minutes.
You know what I'm saying? But these right here.
Yeah. No, his actual 2 like studio projects, this is why I'm like, okay, this format for him does not work.
Yeah.
Because you have some standout stuff in the shorter projects that you have, but like in a project like Well Dude, Here's My Thing, I'm like, okay, I see where you're going at with this. And there's some tracks I like, but the edginess sometimes wears off, or sometimes it just gets a bit too redundant to where it's like it don't have that same punch or impact, to where it's like none of these songs kind of really stand out from one another. And I'm not saying I expect some lyrical spiritual miracle. I guess for me, someone like a BFB the Pac-Man, who you could tell is a comedic rapper who's trying to come in there and try to make you laugh. To me, his songs all come with like different type of production and the way that he raps on them. I'm like, okay, I enjoy this. But to me, this got way too redundant, way too quickly. And I listened to his second album, debut album. Well, not debut, his second sophomore album. If I Could, I Would, which was supposed to be a deluxe of Well Dude, Here's My Thing. Still similar formula. He has a whole bunch of tracks, but in fact, I think the effect really wears off on this because at times you could sometimes be like, is he actually still trying to be funny or is he actually trying to take this serious?
Yeah.
And that's where it started to get scary because I'm like, I hope you're not trying to take this seriously. Because you rapping about the same subject matter, it's just that it's less jokey or it's less crude or it's less edgy. And, there's some stuff in here that I like. There's just some stuff that's just so laugh out loud funny. Like, he's always bringing up Abigail. He's always bringing up Madison. He's always bringing up how this guy Julian is a B word. He just gets so...
He has his little lore, though.
Yeah, he has his little lore. And, it's like, oh, Abigail, she let the whole hood hit. Yeah, but he really loved her.
Her name being Abigail is crazy.
Yeah,
he's from Utah, her, bro.
Yeah. He can't put the cup down. He don't love Madison, but he loves medicine. It's that Juice WRLD / Lil Yachty type fusion where it's like, this is funny, but it definitely wears off very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Like I said, I listened to all his projects from Bigger Than I Ever Was.
Oh boy. He do this for the culture. I would never.
You are not that special. I could do what you could do. I Would Like to See You Try. I even listened to his EPs, Jayce and his Undying quest to find his dad.
Yeah.
FTBZ. I want to check it out because I'm just like, I know one of my things is like certain people, if I check out all their stuff, I'm never going to have a need to go back to it ever again.
B, you could have done so much more.
Yeah, but I didn't know what else to listen to though. I have a list of stuff to listen to. No, but stuff that I don't need to really focus in on. Though.
Okay, I can give you some stuff that you can just play.
Okay, but I listen to all of Dave Blunt's projects and songs. I will not recommend that. I will never do it again. I do this for you guys, man. I bring the content to you guys. It's just the fact that it was like, I don't feel sorry for him because I feel like he puts himself in this position.
At this point, he's getting a lot of attention and he's in this shape of, so it's probably something that's, that he will.
It's part of his marketing. But that's the thing. When it comes to this, you looking like this, but also talking about the stuff that you talk about, it's part of the marketing.
He might have the Lizzo effect once he starts losing weight. People going to be like, Dave, you're not funny, skinny.
Yeah, but, they say Lizzo used to be talented. Was talented. I don't know. Then they start bringing up that case against Lizzo.
She could play the saxophone or something like that, right?
I don't know.
Like Bill Clinton.
Yuck.
So he played a ukulele or some shit.
But yeah, I can tell that this is one of those things that he'll be forgotten with the time.
Oh, most definitely. People just going to...
I hate saying that about people.
Diddler.
Yeah. Yeah, that's off of one of his weaker projects. That's not even on the debut.
It's crazy because the most viral part is him calling himself the ER, and like the white folks
fat
love
N-word.
it, bro. The fat white bro, they killing
Well, they
it.
saying that white people just love it in general.
You know what I'm saying? They love that.
Which, I mean, I was looking at the comments of some of the stuff that he was doing. I'm like, yeah, I see why.
They love seeing fat black people, bro.
And they love seeing black people degrade themselves, B.
Bro, it's disgusting.
But yeah, Dave Blunt's, I will never do that again. But I do like that little crying in the kitchen song. I'm not gonna lie, that song. I like his auto tune, and I like his beat selection. That's the one thing. I like the beat selection, and to me, it brings me back into
Got a
that.
white your wrist litter.
I got money. I can't say because you know what I'm saying. But yeah, overall, I was like, okay, there's some stuff that's funny that actually made me laugh out loud. But like I said, the effect wears off very soon, especially when all the stuff gets very redundant. The beat selection gets very redundant. Some stuff, like if I tune in and I tune out, I'm like, oh, I like this beat and I like it. But yeah, overall, Dave Blunt is not someone I'd recommend. But I did say that we need to go to one of his concerts.
No.
Well, but you don't want to get him on the show, get a little interview?
Little interview? That's going to be a big one. I'm going to bring my camera in, too.
You gotta get all angles.
Yeah, he going to get all angles, boy. My bad, Dave.
Oh, man. Nah,
Little
he knows. Yeah, he knows. But yeah. But that's about it for what we've been jamming. Let us know what you've been jamming down in the comment section down below.
Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.